Hello and welcome to another creative process video. I just had a month-long residency with physical synthesis, which turned into 7 weeks. They are located in Brooklyn, New York at New Lab. And so I approached this residency the same way as I did for Banff, which means that I didn't have a specific idea of what I wanted to do while I was there. But I knew that it had to be based around combining their instrument, the Cicada, with spatial audio software, which is XP4 Live. So what I'm trying to do is getting more and more into spatial audio, and I'd like to have a hardware setup at the same time as a software setup, and to have it have some physical interaction with the hardware to spatialize sounds in space. So physical synthesis instruments are perfect for that because they are a bridge between the physical world and the electronic world. Physical Synthesis is actually a small company. There's mainly 3 people that work there, and things are handmade, hand soldered, and assembled. There's Spencer, Alex, and Gina working at this space. So the first thing I did when I got there was to try and understand how the space sounds and what are the sound possibilities. Considering that there's other people working around, there's also people working in the same space as I am. And so I started setting up my synths. I had brought my small modular synth, some percussion, mics, interface, computer, and my camera. And so quickly what I started doing is, in the day while they're working, I would try to test out stuff with my headphones. And when they would leave, I would use the evening to record sounds in the space. And having access to Spencer, who created the Cicada, was really useful because he showed me a lot of techniques that I had not thought about with this instrument. And him being a violin player and also into robotics and electronic and a lot of conceptual music and installations and all those type of things, he showed me this new side of how to use this instrument. So you can use it in different ways with different types of modules, or use it as a self-oscillating thing or self-feedback, no input. There's a lot of hidden features in the Cicada that I didn't know about. So I started using all these ideas, try to create 1 video per day, and at the same time we would talk about his musical experience and his ideas that really motivated me to go further into sound installation and these type of things. So I started trying to make videos with more of a sound installation mindset, not necessarily a performance on hands, but more of a something that is on its own, trying to do something, and I have minimal interaction with it. And I think the most beneficial thing of this residency was this contact with Spencer, who shared all his knowledge of everything with me just like that, and it gave me so many ideas on what I would like to do in the future and how to maybe push things that I am already doing a bit further, that sort of thing. Physical Synthesis is creating a new instrument which is not out yet, so I cannot show it, but it was really interesting to test it out, or to be the first person in the world to test it out, to give my feedback with this new instrument and to already implement it in my setup. I already know that I want to, and I know how that I will integrate it into this spatial thing which I'm trying to do. So just waiting for it to come out, and then I can start making videos with it and actually work with it. So that was the physical synthesis part of this residency. And actually, right before I left, Gina was kind enough to give me a unfinished soundboard. So this is the finished soundboard as it is usually. And they gave me this, which is the electronic parts without the top plate, which allowed me to create my own soundboard when I got back home, which is this, which will be soon glued onto this. And so it's just like a custom Cicada for myself. So they were really nice. They were generous with their knowledge, space, and time. I learned a lot of things. I have a lot of new ideas for what I'd like to do in the future. And I think that's it for the physical synthesis part of the residency. So I realize that maybe not everybody knows what the Cicada is, so I will explain it quickly. So you have the wing part, which is 2 transducers. So you have the top transducer, bottom transducer. So what you can do is send sound into the top or the bottom transducer, and the wing will vibrate to the frequency of whatever you're sending in. And then you have the soundboard part, which is a sort of contact microphone. So you can put the wing on this to send the sound from your source sound into the vibrating wing into this microphone so that you can affect it in real life. And with different pressure on the wing, you get different harmonics. Or I had fun using objects between the wing and the soundboard. So this is why I made this soundboard, so that I could just have different sound characteristics, like different resonance, because my fun was to combine springs and metallic stuff with the wooden soundboard. So like, why not make it directly the soundboard, so that I can experiment with this in the future. And so in parallel to this residency, I tried to use my time in New York to see as many shows as possible. So I saw jazz shows like Brian Blade, Mark Juliana, electronic shows like Kristen Lillinger, a lot of other stuff. I saw drum and bass stuff with Currency Audio. I went to see sound installations and performance art with Test 2 Collective. I went to see a show, I think, every 2 days. I was just trying to do everything. And what I really liked about New York was that the days never end. So you can work in the day and then work on something else and then still go see a show at 10 p.m. or even 1 a.m. It never ends. And in line with what my goal is for this year, which is to use everything that I've created online to bring it into the real world, it was really interesting to go see people directly who I admire, who do things similar to me. And it was really good to connect with people who have been speaking online for a long time in real life. So New York, fun, created a lot of videos, gained a lot of knowledge with Spencer, especially from physical synthesis. I created a custom Cicada for myself. I'm looking forward for their new instrument so that I can use it in my setup for my special audio hardware thing. I met a lot of musicians, and I wish I would have had more time to start collaborating and playing with people. So I have to go back, and I think that's it. So thank you for watching this video. Everything I created during this residency, I posted as individual videos a few weeks ago. And my next step is going to Brussels in Belgium. And so if any of you are in that area and would like to connect, please reach out. And that's it for today. So thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.